This is Sandy, and this is my channel, Stitching with Sandy. My channel is about cross stitch and my love for that craft. Sometimes I will introduce other crafts, but this week it'll just be cross stitch. Welcome. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for coming back. And if you are new to my channel, thank you for stopping by. I hope that you'll see something that inspires you or will make you want to come back. If you do come back, or if you're already here, please subscribe, hit the bell so that it'll let you know when I show another Flosstube. I try to come every 2 weeks, so hopefully I'll get to see you. Well, today is Monday, April 18th, 2022. I'm a day late, sorry. Yesterday was Easter. I hope everybody had a wonderful Easter. We stayed home. Usually we go with our in-laws, and we've always done Easter at my in-laws. And this year we were notified pretty late towards Easter that they were going to a special mass in LA, so they were not going to be home. So my children were really sad about that, so we decided to go ahead and make a Easter dinner here at home and hide eggs and find eggs and hide them again. So we did that, and it was a lot of fun. One thing that I did make that was surprising, I'm not a big ham eater, and so I made, I saw a recipe for making a spiral ham in the crock pot. Yes, I said crock pot, and I tried it out, and I can't tell you how delicious it was. I even enjoyed it, and I'm not a ham fan, but my family loved it. In fact, there was hardly any leftovers. Only a little bit, and I think they're finishing it with sandwiches today. So that was nice. My kids always hide eggs. Usually the older kids will hide the eggs and the younger kids will hunt for them, and then they'll switch, and the younger kids will hide them and the older kids will find them. But this year, since it was just my 3 children that are at home, they did it. My husband hid them outside. They found them outside, and then they hid them inside. So they had fun doing it, and now they're eating them, which is one thing that they're looking forward to every day when they get home from school. Other than that, since the last time we chatted, I had an Easter egg hunt in my classroom for my kindergartners. My team did not want to do an Easter egg hunt for the whole grade level, but I'm a sucker and I love those little kids, so I didn't want to go without doing something. So I had Easter centers. We had parents come into the classroom, which was wonderful. It was so nice to have that many families in the classroom volunteering and helping. I love my volunteers. And then after our centers, the volunteers left, but before they left, I had them help me hide 126 eggs, I believe, in my classroom, and that was only AM. We hit another 96 for my PM class. So then they left after the hiding was done, and I got to enjoy watching the kids hunt for them. So that was a lot of fun. Other than that, the other exciting thing that's happening in my kindergarten classroom right now is, because it's springtime, we're getting ready to prepare our classrooms for open house, and open house is at the beginning of May. And so one of the things that kindergarten studies in our science is habitats, and so we are doing in life cycles, and we're studying butterflies. So we ordered our caterpillars. They came in really quickly. Unfortunately, they sent us 5 caterpillars, and right now there's only 3 alive. So they guarantee 3 will become butterflies, so hopefully those 3 will hang in there and continue to grow. The other 2, one seemed like it wasn't alive when we got it, and the other one was, and then all of a sudden when I got there this weekend, after the weekend, he wasn't moving and he didn't change any size like the other 3 did. So, but I did explain science to my students and how it never goes exactly as planned, and that they should expect that sometimes we'll have loss and sometimes we'll have gains. It's just how science works. So that was good. Other than that, as far as me personally, I had 2 stitching get-togethers with the SoCal Stitchers. One was in Temecula, and we hung out there. That was great. That was one weekend. And then the Saturday after, which was this last Saturday, was in San Diego. And I love the San Diego friends too. So I had a great time. I do go to a weekly, on Thursday nights, stitching meetup with all the stitchers that live in my town. And so far, we're up to, there's 4 of us now. We just added one a couple weeks ago. So it's so nice to have a group that you can count on meeting and share something you love, because for years I was all alone and nobody could understand why I love cross stitch so much. So it's really nice to have that to share. All right, so since it's been a week, I want to say it's been 2.5 weeks, I think, since my last floss tube. I did get a lot of work done this time, so I'm going to share with you my fully finished objects. And this one, my first one off, is called Bonnet Sue, and this was from a Leisure Arts chart pack that was called Yesteryear's Sweetheart, and the designer is Carol Emmer. And I stitched it a few years ago, so I finally fully finished it. Pulled it out because it reminds me of spring and drying the quilts on the line when you do laundry. So I finished it on here. I thought the little clothespins looked cute. There's our lovely quilt, and they're playing Ring Around the Rosies, which reminds me of when I was a little girl. So I've always loved this piece. I can't wait to hang it up on the wall. It's so nice to finally have it finished. So I hope you like it as much as I do. All right, so then my next piece, I did Bloom Where You're Planted by Lindy Stitches. And this one is stitched on a fabric flare called Sky Clouds, or Cloud Skies, I believe. Anyways, this is it. I wanted it to be finished kind of on like a little fence. I couldn't find a fence that was large enough. There was a basket that looks like a fence at Hobby Lobby, but it wasn't quite tall enough, so I couldn't finish off. And then I found this little piece, and it had like a little saying in the middle. I don't remember what it was, but I liked it. And then when I was trying to figure out how to finish it, I wanted to put flowers. I love this piece so much, and the reason why is it reminds me of Pepe Le Pew, and I loved watching that cartoon when I was a child. And that's because right here is the little black kitten who is blooming where she's planted with her family of skunks. And I just think that's so cute. So I was really pleased to finish this. It's actually my family's favorite piece that I've done this time around. So I can't wait to hang that up. And this will be able to hang up past Easter. So that'll be a nice spring piece to have up every year. And it brings a smile to all of our faces. So, and then I have another one that I stitched. This one's by Joan Elliott, and it's called Spring Has Sprung. And here it is. And I finished on one of the wood blocks from Michael's that I bought last year. I used this ribbon that I picked up at, I think, probably Joann's. And then this ribbon, I took off a gift wrapped from Sarah with Stitches. Sarah, do you notice this ribbon? I thought it was so cute, and so I wanted to add it to it. And then here's one of those carrots that my student had gifted for me at Valentine's Day. So I took it to school and showed him. He was so pleased about that. He thinks it's great that he got to be part of the finishing. So that was fun. So this one sits in my tier tray. Just love it. And then I'm going to give swap updates later, but my swap partner, Stephanie, I stitched her a piece called Spring, and that one was by Pinker and Pumpkin Quilting. I will be sure to link them because she puts a lot of freebies out, and this was a freebie. And I stitched it for my partner, and then I stitched it again because I wanted to have a backup just in case someone else signed up for the swap and we didn't have someone to pair up. But everybody paired up, so I have one to keep for myself. So Stephanie, you and I are twinsies now. So this is the piece I was talking about. It's very small. I turned it into a little pillow, included a little button, a sweet little heart on the back, and I just love this for my little trough in the front by my welcoming door. I guess you would call it like a shelf. It's right in my entryway. Oh, my entryway table, that's what it's called. So I have that, and that one's finished. And then this last piece that I fully finished, I really want to talk a little bit about it. So I was watching Finally a Farm Girl, Chrissy, on her channel, Flosstube. I'm still venturing out with different Flosstubers, so if you ever have a Flosstuber you recommend, please feel free to share it down below, because I try to watch them, and then I will go back to their first one so I can learn a little bit about them, and then I'll try to binge watch them if I enjoy them. So somebody had recommended her, so I had gone to her site to watch, and I'm so glad that I did, because April is Prevent Child Abuse Awareness Month, and I'm a big supporter of that. I was a child who was abused growing up. it was not a fun environment, and you think when you're in it that you're in it forever. So when I watched her channel and saw that she decided to design a pattern to support, prevent child abuse awareness through a chapter in Georgia, because her sister is, I believe, the director there. She wanted to raise some money, and so she created this pattern. She sells it on her Etsy shop for $5. I will link her below as well, and I will link her episode that I watched where she tells all about it, so you can hear straight from her, so that I don't mess up any of the information. But I'm going to show you the pattern. I'll show you my finish. I purchased it right away, and I asked her if I could share it once I finished it on my channel. Her goal is to raise $500. I wish that we could double that. I think $1,000 would be so amazing. So I'm hoping that as subscribers to me, maybe it'll encourage you to subscribe to her. One thing she wants everybody to know is that this is a pattern. You can change the colors, change the design a little bit to support any awareness group. If you wanted to make it breast cancer awareness, you could change the colors to fit that. So I'm going to show you the pattern. Her most recent Flosstube, she shares somebody else's finish where they did just that. They changed it to breast cancer awareness. So you'll want to check out her channel for sure. I'll link both episodes and her Etsy shop below so that you can go and check it out yourself. But this is her pattern, and it's a PDF download, and this is what it looks like. And he's so cute. And forgive me, because my printer, I just had to buy a new one. It's not printing blue and green. I don't know why. It just decided not to. It has the colors. It's been cleaned. Don't know what it is. But as a teacher, I use that printer so hard for color copies because they don't give us color copies at school. And I like to play games with my students. So this one is on her Flosstube number 39. Again, I'll link it below, but in case you want to hop over there quickly, she's selling it all month of April, and so she'll be continue raising it. This is the pattern. It's a great pattern. I followed it. There was no issues with her pattern at all. I thought she did a lovely job, so thank you, Chrissy, for sharing that. I was so happy to purchase it. And here's my finish. I decided that I stitched it on 14 count, picture this plus feldspar, and I decided that it was too large to make into a pillow like the one that Chrissy did. So I wanted to make it something that I can hang in my classroom, because working as a teacher and knowing my background, I see this happening to children in my classroom at times. And I am a mandated reporter, and I do mandate report, but sometimes there's students that come through your classroom that you might miss noticing the differences of things that are happening. So I want to put this up in my classroom so that anyone that comes to my classroom knows that I believe that every child matters, and we need to watch out for our babies, because they are our babies and they should have a happy childhood. So this is how I finished it. I'm super excited about it. What I did is, these are the true colors. I used all the called for colors that Chrissy charted. And then I decided I wanted to finish it with the dark blue as a bow at the top, a little bit of white to cut all the blues. And then I made a little paper pinwheel and added a button to put it up at the top. And I'm so happy. This board that I'm using came from the Target dollar spot for $3. I still have the tag on it. What a bargain. So tomorrow, this is going into my classroom and will hang in my classroom proudly, and I can't wait to share it with my students. I know that they will love it. So I hope that this will encourage you to support her so that she can get those donations to that chapter in Georgia. And even if you don't stitch it, maybe you might gift it to someone, or maybe you just want to do a donation. I just think it would be a really great cause. So if you're so inclined, I would hope that you'll stop by her Etsy shop and get yourself a pattern. I hope you enjoy this. I'm so proud of it, and I'm so grateful to support it. All right, so that is my fully finished objects. So I'm gonna get my list so I can make sure we stay on track. All right, so next up I have some FOs. I put my FOs and whips in the same category this time because some of them are monthly finishes, so I was kind of confused of whether to put them in finished object or whips, because they're kind of both. So the first thing I want to share with you, of course, is my finished object. Now this piece, I'm stitching this. I stitched it as a sal with Sarah from Sarah Stitches. She wanted to do a sal. She's been busy. She has her son just got married and her daughter's getting married. So they were both like a month apart. So she was really busy, but she really wanted to do a sal. And since this was a small one, she said, let's go for it. Because I asked her, well, let's just do a sal when you finish your weddings. And she goes, yeah, but that's not till the end of May. And I said, that's okay, I can wait. And she goes, well, this one's a small one, let's go for it. So we did. And I belong to Fat Quarter Shop's Fabric Flair Fabric of the Month Club. And so they sent me a while back this fabric that I'm about to show you. It's called Berkshire Hive. And I remember thinking, oh, I got to do a bee pattern on it. And so we chose to do Be Nice, which, as you know, I'm a big proponent of celebrating kindness. Kindness is so important. So we did Be Nice or Buzz Off. And you can see I stitched it on the hive. And it's funny because I was worried about stitching this in the beginning because I thought maybe a pattern be too busy, especially since the design has the little combs at the bottom. But I feel like it came out beautifully, and it doesn't look like the pattern is overpowering the design. So I'm very happy about that. I finished mine. I know that Sarah's still working on hers. Sarah, it's not a race, so don't worry. I'm excited because I can't wait to see how she fully finishes it. I'm going to fully finish it before the next Flosstube, so I'll be able to share with you how I did mine. And if she gets hers, she shows hers beforehand, I'll ask her to send me a picture, and then I'll share. You can see the two different designs finished a different way. So I'll send that. I believe she did hers on a white, or maybe it was I think it was a white. I think it, because she really liked the design on the front cover. It was finished as a pillow. So that's my finished object. And then I've been working on my bucket list. So this month's bucket list is a scissor fob. And I started it on New Year's Eve when we did 12 for 12 with Pam from Just Keep Stitching. I had done that one, and I had started all my bucket lists, all 12 of them. And so I got that out for this month, and I'm working on it. Let me show you the pattern. And this is by the Drawn Thread, and it's called Full Moon. So here's the design. This is like a pin cushion, but this is a scissor fob. So here's one side of the scissor fob, and then if we turn it over, here is the back side. So, and anyone who knows me knows I love crows and ravens. So I, of course, started the front. I finished the front except for the little border that you use to sew it together. So here, yeah, here it is. So there he is. I'm just finishing the little border. That'll be used when we do finishing at the end. I stitched this on evening blue 28 count Monaco that I dyed myself. I just love the color. So pretty. So I will begin working on the back side. So I was happy to have the front side finished, and I will work on the back side. It should be done by the next Flosstube, so I can't wait to share that with you. And then I have my temperature chart by Stitching Mommy. I believe it's Stitching Mommy. Yeah, Stitching Mommy. This is the temperature chart. And California has been some crazy weather in April. So we had some 96-degree weather right after we had like 67-degree weather. So I don't know what was wrong with the weather person, but they decided to be crazy. So here it is. So you can see like the yellows, those are like the high 80s, low 90s. But then I have a couple of little light orange ones, and that's because it was 96 degrees. But then you can see the blue, how it was cold here and here. So I don't know. I think this year is going to be an interesting year to be tracking California weather. I really do. So that one's fun. It's fun to look at. I can't wait to see the whole tree. I know this summer it's probably going to be red, 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 because we usually, where I live, our temperatures in the summer are usually between 103 and sometimes can go up as high as 114. So it just depends on what the weather's like. So we'll see if that happens this year. And yes, I do have air conditioning, and I make sure it works now before then, so that way I don't have to roast over the summer. All right, so my next piece is I've been stitching on the Sal, the Heartfelt Cell. That's another charity through Fat Quarter Shop. The donations for that charity, you donate $20, you download the pattern, and then you can stitch it up. The $20 go to Make-A-Wish Foundation, which is another wonderful charity. I have seen several of my students get to use Make-A-Wish, and just the joy that it brings to those children is amazing in itself. So knowing that you can help a child go somewhere or do something, and for that one day or that one week, they just get to have fun and be a kid. It's so rewarding to see it. So of course I couldn't help but sign up. So this is the Heartfelt Cell. And as you can see from Fat Quarter Shop, these are the colors. There's like some pinks, greens, and grays in it. And I don't really have my house in those colors. My favorite color is green, but not olive green. I like olive green, but I don't decorate with it. My house has greens and reds mostly in it. And so I also am a big fan of chalkboard design. So I decided to stitch mine on 14 count black Aida. And I changed the colors. I did some lavenders in places where the grays were. I changed the red to a more darker red. I like a darker red. And then I added different greens. I didn't like the olive green, so I changed my greens up to have more of a bluish greens in them. And I just love how it came out. This is, the first release was the frame. The second release was this first column, and this is the third release. And it releases out a new release every month. I think it's either the first Monday of the month or the first Friday of the month. I get it mixed up because I've been a part of so many different ones, but I really love how this is coming out, and I can't wait till it's finished. I will be finishing it off on this piece that Priscilla did for Fat Quarter Shop, this piece here. I did already purchase it, but then my buttons will probably be different covered buttons that would match the colors that I chose. So that was a month finish, so that's why I was confused about, do I put it in whips? Do I put it in finishes? Because it is a finish for this month. And next month I'll get a new release and stitch it. So that's the other charity. I love these charities. They're so wonderful to know that your stitching and your donation is helping someone else out. Just makes me so happy. So then the other thing I've had to do is there's WIPGO. So last month I did get my WIPGO done, but I finished it after my Flosstube, so I didn't get to share it. So for the month of March, let's see, there were some numbers called and I didn't get to share. So WIPGO 15 and 21 was called last month, and it happened to be, those two squares happened to be the same pattern, which is funny. So I purchased this pattern a couple years ago. Caterpillar Cross Stitch brought it out. It was supposed to be a Sal, and I was so excited to stitch it because in second grade we were teaching different geography, and I wanted to hang it in my classroom. But then we moved to this house and I didn't get it back out. And then when I finally did finish unpacking, I realized now I'm in kindergarten. Do I really want to do it? The kids will still love it, but it's not as much of an immediate rush. So I kind of tucked it away. But then when I was going through things, I thought, well, I need to finish that. So I put it on my WIPGO, and my two numbers, one was to do, and I'll show you, here it is, Adventure Awaits, whoops, sorry about that, Adventure Awaits. Okay, and so I had North America, let's see, yes, North America right here, and Alaska was part of that. And then I had Greenland, the airplane, and yeah, and then all these little bits and bobs here, and then the whale. So those were broken up into two pieces. So I got both of those done. So, oh, and the border. So the only thing left, I have one more square, which will be South America and the border. And then I'll be all done. So I'll actually get it done, and then I'll be able to hang this up in my classroom too. So that'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. And I think I'm so grateful that I chose to do WIPGO because it is really encouraging me to get these things done so that they're not just sitting wasting away when they could be in the classroom where my students are. That will create questions and mini lessons all along. So it's very valuable, even though at first I thought maybe it wasn't that valuable now that I'm in kindergarten, but they need to learn about different places too. So then this month, the WIPCO, I am stitching, let's see, I've only done one of them so far, and this one is WIPCO number 7 was called. And number 7 was my Halloween rules. And this is it. It's by Lizzie Kate. I'm sure you've seen this, but just in case you haven't, it's a very long, there's a bunch of little minis. So you can see here's like one of the minis. And each pattern comes with 2. So there's the one that I did, Scarecrow, sorry. Scarecrow was the one I did this time. So when it gets called again, I'll be doing Visit a Haunted House. But the way the pattern works is you buy the separate patterns. There's 2 in each one. And then if you go to Lizzie Kate's website, I know that they're not doing new designs anymore. You can get them just from 1, 2, 3 Stitch. But if you go to Lizzie Kate's website, she has a border. And I did that. So I'll be stitching the border. And then you can stitch them all together as one piece. Or if you want to just do them individually, you can. But I chose to do them as one piece. And so I stitched this on a piece of 14 count Aida. I dyed it in denim blue, and then I coffee tea dyed it. So here is Scarecrow, and then here is all the pieces that I've done so far. It calls for buttons. There's buttons in each one, but I'm gonna save that to the end because since I'm using a Q-snap, I didn't want to put a Q-snap on top of one of the buttons. So I'll add those at the very end. So I'm getting close. I'm not too far away. I'm hoping to have this finished and fully finished for Halloween this year. So I'm excited about that. I have achieved that. Then, let's see. Then I will show you in plans what I plan to work on. My other WIPCO is in the plans section of our show. So, all right. So let's see. I'm going to keep checking my list because I had so much. I made a list to keep track. All right. So that brings us to last time winners. I did get one person claimed their prize, but the other person did not. So I'm going to share again who that person is. And if she doesn't claim it by the next Flosstube, I will pull a new name from that episode. So from episode 13, the other person that had won was Jennifer Fisher. She won June Typography by Pine Mountain Designs. So Jennifer, if you're out there, it is Jennifer Fisher. You won this one on my last Flosstube, and I want to make sure that I can get it to you. So please check the description box below for my email address. Don't forget to put an 8 after my name. A lot of people forget that. And send me your email, or not your email, your address, so that I can pop this in the mail to you. Congratulations. And so the last 2 things that I offered last time was Samplings number 1 by Brenda Gervais. And the winner of this one is, the keyword was egg, and the winner of this was Cindy Francis. So Cindy, if you will email me, my email's down below, and send me your address, I will pop this out to you. I can't wait to get it to you. I really thoroughly enjoyed stitching it, and I know you will too. And then the other piece that I had as a giveaway was the Little House Needleworks Spring ABCs. And the keyword for that one was spring. And the winner of this person's name is Linda, but your YouTube channel name, or I don't think it's a channel, but your YouTube name is Lady Legionnaire 13. So Lady Legionnaire 13, and I think you signed your comment said Linda. If you would please email me, congratulations, you won Spring ABCs. So email me your address and I'll get that to you. So congratulations to all the winners. I'm so excited to share something that I've stitched and I can pass it on. So congratulations. All right, so now we have our swap updates. I want to say that the swap was successful. We had 10 pairs of women that stitched for a partner. Everybody stitched something and they're beautiful, and everybody received their stitching piece. So I'm so thrilled about that. So we finished it up and I'm so excited. So I made a little clip video. If you check my last floss tube, number 13, there's some of them, but the rest of the pictures came in. And so I'm going to insert that video right here. And I hope you enjoyed seeing that. They're so beautiful. People are so talented. And I love that some of you included yourself in the picture, because it's fun for me to see what you look like, since you get to see me. So what does that mean? That a lot of people said they had a great time. They would love to do it again. So I think I'm going to stick to doing this seasonally. It's easier for me to keep up with it. And that way there's not a high demand. So if you would like to do this a swap with me or with my group, you need to email me your address. Again, my email is down below in the description box. Email me your address and let me know that you're interested in doing the swap. We'll do it for summer. And my plan is that I will get together everybody paired up by May 1st. So you would get an email from me around May 1st, and that will tell you who your partner is. You stitch up your piece. It should be a summer piece. You can choose. Remember, these are smalls. It's not something so giant. You can finish it however you choose. There's no limits on it, but it should be a summer piece. And so we'll send them out by June 1st. I think that'll be fair. So I'll give you a whole month to get your project completed and ready to mail by June 1st. And then that way we'll all have a June piece that we can display in our house for the summer. So if that's something you're interested in doing, make sure that you email me. That way I can pair you up. And then I just wanted to let you know, I guess the one thing that I did discover from the last time is some people were interested, but then they never emailed me their address and they emailed me later. If you end up falling into that category, I really want you to be able to swap. So if I have someone that pops up later, then I would absolutely pair you up. I even, this last time, somebody popped up and we didn't have a pair, and I was happy to be their partner. So I just want you to know that I am trying to watch out for everybody so that everyone can participate. So feel free to let me know if that's something you want to do. And then I want to share what I got. So as I said, I sent Stephanie the little spring pillow, and then I had made my extra one. Well, she sent me back a project. Now, she was one of my prize winners in one of my episodes, and so she sent me actually two things. I feel so blessed. I've never had anyone do anything special for me ever. In fact, to be honest, my birthday is on Mother's Day this year. It's always around Mother's Day, and so because my mother-in-law's birthday is the day after mine, most of the time we celebrate her birthday and I just sit quietly. I don't see anything because of course that's my husband's mother and she should be celebrated. She's a grandmother of my children and an amazing, wonderful woman. But sometimes I just sit back quietly and think, oh, it's my birthday too. But it's okay. So for someone to do something as nice as this, Stephanie, thank you. It really touched my heart. She sent me a little thank you card for the prize that she had won. So here's her thank you card and I love it. It's a little stitchy piece. It's so cute. I want to go to like the dollar store and get one of those little frames that they have and put it up and put it on display in my summer decor in July. So I can't wait. But that wasn't all. In addition to giving me a thank you card, she gives me this cute little scissor holder with a pair of scissors. And here's the funny part is when I read it, I read through it pretty quickly and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to learn how to do wool applique. I've been wanting to learn for so long and I don't really have anyone to show me. So watching Flosstube videos is probably how I'm going to do it, little tutorials. But so she made this and she said she wanted to thank me for giving her the pattern that she won. So you're welcome. You really didn't have to do that. And I'm so grateful that you did. But I just want you to know it wasn't necessary, but thank you. And then I thought, then she sends me this for my swap. So I'm opening it up and I'm showing my family because they're amazed that somebody would send me something. And I open it up and I pull this out and she made me a project bag. And in her other envelope, with her cute little handmade card, let me show you. So cute. She said, I wanted to make you something you could use. And I thought, oh, that's so sweet, a project bag, how cool. So I'm telling my husband that. And I'm all, look, this is a project bag. And look, and I looked at it again and I'm like, wait. And I honestly didn't realize that it had a stitching piece in it. I thought this was the swap. But no, she stitched this cute little sheep pattern right here and put it into a project bag. So now that's like triple whammy. Wow, I don't know. Was so amazed. Thank you, Stephanie. It really meant a lot to me. And it made me feel very special and I appreciate that. It's nice to feel loved and I hope that my little pillow makes you feel loved too. All right, so I love swaps. It was so much fun. So the next thing up in our is my agenda, my haul. Ooh, where did I put the haul? I found it. All right, so I don't have a lot of haul this time. With Market, you know, I didn't order all the Market releases like everybody else did. I was just trying to buy things to stitch as I go because it collects. And this summer, my goal is to organize patterns, and that's going to be a journey in itself. So but I couldn't help myself because Fat Quarter Shop is going to do a stitch along for Home is Where the Wreath Is, which is something that I really want to do. So I figured during Mania, and I am going to participate in Mania, but I'm not going crazy. And I'll share that in my next Flosstube what I'm going to do. But one of the pieces I was thinking, since Kimberly from Fat Quarter Shop is going to do this pattern, Home is Where the Wreath Is, by Stitching with the Housewives, she's going to incorporate that in her Mania. And so I thought I will do the same thing, because then the stitch along will be to do the center where the O is. And so I already had purchased, so I ordered Wreath Swap 1. And I need to order Wreath Swap 2, but Kimberly's going to make this like a year south. So each time, I think each month we'll be doing a different O. And so I thought, well, that's a good way to encourage me to get it done. So I ran out and bought those. Well, not ran, because I don't have a local needle workshop. I ordered it. My finger's really good at clicking. And then, of course, I ordered the Be Nice, which you saw me finish. In addition to that, I also ordered Primrose Cottage Bumblebee Kisses. And I ordered ABC. And this one, for this one from Primrose Cottage. And I put them in a bag along with that Berkshire hive. And I'm going to try to stitch them. The piece was nice and large. I ordered it from, well, I told you it came in my club. But the piece is large enough. I think it's going to be able to end up being able to do all 3 pieces. So I'm very excited about that. So I'll start one of those next. And then I ordered Teresa Koget's book, Celebrate. I know it's not the most recent one, but when I was looking for stuff, I was like, oh yeah, I really wanted to get that a while back, and I never did. So I went ahead and got that. And then yesterday I was watching Sarah from Sarah Stitches, and this is the exact same thing she had in her haul, which I thought was so funny, because we're always talking about how we're so much alike. And we like all the same patterns, and it was funny that we both in our haul ordered the same thing. So we're probably going to stitch something in here together, I would guess, in the near future. So that's exciting. I was so excited to see that. And then I'm sure those of you have memberships are probably as excited as I am, but my Punch Needle and Primitive magazine for the spring issue came in the mail, and I was so disciplined. I know that they felt bad about getting it out late, so they offered the digital piece so you could go in and see it, but I love looking through the booklet. It just makes me so happy to sit and flip through it with my coffee, and so I purposefully did not go on the digital path and look at it. I wanted it to be a surprise, and I saw a lot of things in here that I want to stitch next year. I saw a Valentine's piece in here. I saw a bunny by Teresa Koga. It has some really great things. It also has like a piece from Stitching with the Housewives, their Bucket Brigade. So I saw a lot of pieces in here that I was like, that's next year. So if you don't have this subscription, I highly advise you getting it. It's such a great book. Or magazine. Feels like a book to me. So that was my haul. That's really all that I have this time for a haul. So I know it's not as much as normal. I think I'm trying to curb my shopping, at least for now. Next month is my birthday, so I may have to do some birthday shopping. All right, so that brings me to my plans for next time. So since I've finished a lot of things, I have a lot of new starts to do. So one thing that I plan to work on is Helen D. That's her Flosstube channel. So Helen is doing a Stitch All the Berries. She wants to stitch all the berries by Erica Michaels, and so she's doing a berry sal this year for seasonal berry sal, I believe is what it's called. But I'm going to put the hashtag in my description box, and she's already stitched the spring berries and finished them. I have not, but I plan to now that Easter is over and all my bunnies are finished and my swaps are finished. And so I have my spring berries by Erica Michaels. So I plan to stitch these up. I already have the little pins that come with it, and I also have the wool kit. Now, if you're interested in participating in this, I would check out Helen D's Flosstube channel. I will see if I can link the exact episode she mentions it, because she's partnered up with Cobweb Corner to give you a discount on the patterns, and she's also partnered up with a company, and I can't recall the name at the moment, of a place that does a wool pack for the strawberries, where you can purchase them individually for each set, or I think there's also like a bundle for all 4 sets for all the seasons. So all of that you can find on Helen's page, and I will link it below so you can go hunt for that if you'd like to do that. You don't have to do it, you don't have to do the same berries. You can do whichever berries in the seasons you want to start. That's up to you, but it's fun to be able to click that hashtag or look it up and see how everybody did theirs. If they finished it the same way, what color fabrics they use. I haven't picked up my fabrics yet, but I plan to kit that up probably today or tomorrow. So that's in my plans. My next thing is work on my other Whipco. And my other Whipco, I do 10, did I do 10 rows? Yes, 10 rows I think is all I need to, no, did I do 10 rows? I think. I feel like I said 10 rows. I might have said 5, I'm not sure. But it's a good marriage. And this is how far I've gotten. And so I feel like I keep setting my little notebook down. And then when I want to look at it, I drop it. I just dropped it. I apologize for that. So sorry. Let's see if I wrote it down in my plans. All I did was say, start second Whipco. Well, that's easy. So let me show you where I've gotten. I haven't gotten that far, but my husband and I picked the colors out of our favorite colors to change the colors to fit us. And I'm stitching this on 32 count. I think it's Mushroom Lugana. And here it is. So I've gotten the beginning, and I said the first 2 rows. So I think I put 10 rows, or maybe I put 5 rows this time and 5 next time, because I think I only have 10 rows to go to finish it. And doing words is pretty quick. So I will make that a priority as far as one of my plans. And then The other thing I want to do is I really want to try to stitch these each month. So I'm going to do the sampler of the month for April from Country Cottage Needleworks. That's this little bitty guy. Sorry, there's like a glare. But I'm going to do that one. And I just got done coffee tea dyeing some 28 count Monaco 2 big sheets. If I call them sheets, but if you go to Hobby Lobby, they have a package. I think it's like $19.99, and it's a really big piece. So I coffee tea dyed. I bought 2 because I use it a lot, and I wanted to have it ready. So whenever I'm ready to kit up something, I can just grab it and put it in there. So I plan to kit this up. It has all the flosses already in my bag, and the patterns in my bag. This is my bag I made. And then I just have to put that cut the coffee tea dye down to the size I need, and then I can get started with that probably as early as tonight. So those are my plans to get those projects done. And then I have some new giveaways. So my new giveaways, it's funny because in our stitching group, we share our patterns with each other. And I had shared some patterns with my friend, and then she has a lot of patterns too, just like I do. So she sat herself down and talked to herself about what is she really going to stitch in this lifetime, and what will she maybe not get to. And when she finished doing that, she came to see us at our next stitching day and said, these are the ones I don't think I'm ever going to get to, or these are some duplicates I bought. And so she had originally taken this one home, and she brought it back because I stitched this last year. It's the May Typography by Pine Mountain Designs. So I'm going to make that my giveaway since I've already stitched it. So if you want to do this one, the keyword is flowers. Flowers for May flowers. So please say flowers in your comment, and I will tell you the question in a minute. And then since I finished it and loved it so much, I'm sharing Bloom Where You're Planted from Lindy Stitches. I love this one. It stitches up really fast. It's so darn cute. So this one, the keyword is skunk. The keyword is skunk. So those are my 2 giveaways. If you want to win the giveaways, please be a subscriber. Please be 18 so I can ask you for your address to mail this out to you. Please do not say giveaway, freebie, prize, because we want to make sure that these go to cross stitchers and not just somebody who's looking to catch all the prizes and then go sell them. I'm not looking to profit off of these. I don't want someone else to profit off of these. I'd rather someone stitch them and let it bring joy to you like it brought joy to me. And then the questions. So I want to talk about that. Last time I had shared an embarrassing moment, and I know we usually have like 3 or 4 in our lifetime, but last time I asked you to share an embarrassing moment in your lifetime, and people were sharing away. Thank you so much. It just had me giggling the whole time sitting in my chair stitching. And mind you, my house runs like chaos right now. Everyone is banned out of the room so I could do my channel, but normally I've got kids running around the background getting stuff in the kitchen for dinner or for a snack. I've got the TV blaring. It could be a sports channel my husband's watching. My son's in the back bedroom playing video games and yelling at it. And if you know pets, you know the dog will bark if somebody makes a noise, even if it's a bird or another animal far down the street. The cats like to come right in front of everything that you're doing, or they start knocking things off the counter. At least my cats try to do that. So there's a lot of distractions in my home. So anyways, I don't know where I was going with that. I'm so sorry. I feel like I blinked out. So anyways, everybody shared their embarrassing moments, and I was laughing and giggling in the midst of my chaos. That's what I was going with, in the midst of my chaos. And they kept saying, what are you laughing about? What are you laughing about? And I just said, well, people were sharing stories with me that really brightened my day. So thank you for participating. I really appreciate that, especially if you're going to do enter to giveaway. Sometimes if you just put a word in there, it feels like you don't really care about watching the channel. You just want the prize. I don't think that that's always this situation, but sometimes it does feel that way when you're looking back at the comments. So when somebody shares something when you've asked them to, I do appreciate that. So I just want to share that with you. I'm hoping that my channel is making a connection with you. I don't just go and heart your comments. I always try to comment back. Sometimes it might take me a little while because sometimes there's a lot of comments, but I feel like if you have the energy to write a comment and answer my question, then the least I can do is write back a response. And sometimes I might just say thank you for stopping by, because that's my way of actually acknowledging your comment. And sometimes I will comment on whatever you say. So know that I do appreciate those comments. I look forward to reading them. I get excited when I get the little ding on my phone that somebody's commented on my channel, and I look forward to looking at that. So please continue to comment. I hope that we're building a community between each other, and I just want to say thank you for those of you who are doing that, because for the longest time I was an only stitcher by myself, and it's so exciting to share with someone else what I love and know they don't just think I'm crazy or, oh, I'm getting old and I'm doing the old lady thing, which I don't think that cross stitch is old lady, but those are the kind of comments I've gotten in the past from people who don't understand. So let me tell you what my question of the day is this time. So my husband and I were talking about going on a weekend getaway. Our favorite place is a place in Santa Barbara County, and it's called Solvang. It's a little Danish community, and when I met my husband, I'd never heard of it. And so he introduced me, and it's the most beautiful place. The whole little town, it's a little town, there's windmills there. They have Danish restaurants where you can eat some Danish food, and it's a little group or a Danish community that's settled there, and so their businesses there. They sell things that you can purchase. You can buy gifts. They have woodworkers there. You can go buy special woodworking pieces. It's just a really neat place to visit, and it's become our weekend getaway place. So our kids love it. We love it. It's just a great place to go and then come home and feel like you've been on a real trip, and it's just been a short trip. So my question this time is, what is a place you go to for a weekend getaway? I would say this would be a place that would be not too far away, like within 5 hours maybe driving, so that you're not spending too much time. Maybe you do a weekend giveaway where you actually fly. I know some people fly from Southern California and they fly up to San Francisco. That would be like a 30-minute flight. Maybe that's something you do, but please share with me, what's your weekend getaway? Where do you go and what do you do? Maybe you go camping. Maybe you take off to the beach and you just spend time reading a book and relaxing on the beach, or stitching. I don't know. I've never stitched at the beach, and I live not too far from there. I'm just so afraid of the sand. I don't want to get in my stitching. But share with me what you do for your weekend getaway. And then remember to like my channel. It helps get my videos out there so that more people can find me, and be a subscriber, or at least I hope you're a subscriber. And then in the meantime, I hope that you have wonderful next couple of weeks. Make sure you check out Finally a Farm Girls channel so that you can look for that pattern. I hope that you'll want to purchase it and help support Prevent Child Abuse Awareness. And then if you haven't gone to Fat Quarter Shop and you're interested in supporting Make-A-Wish Foundation, you can go there and get the Heartfelt Cell, and you can donate to them. In the meantime, I hope you have a wonderful couple of weeks, and I want you to remember to be confident, be courageous, be creative, but please be kind. Everybody needs a little bit of kindness in their days, because we just don't know what somebody's dealing with. And a smile, a hello, hey, can I get you a coffee? Anything like that you can do for somebody else will probably brighten their day. And if they're having a bad day, it's going to make it that much better. So until I see you guys next time, take care. Bye. Happy stitching.